First rosé.
Wow. Rosé memories. I've
There's
got
so
lots of
many
rosé
of them.
memories. You know,
Mine are
today, this morning. Yeah.
Mine
I do love my first time I get to wear my rosé all day shirt.
Oh yes. Yeah, I have Guns and Rosé. It's not. I'm not that person. It's not just straight guns. Guns and Rosé.
What
And
about
then
your
Jeff neglected.
outfit?
I didn't get the memo about rosé shirts. Do not get
It's
the
a
memo.
button up though, so I mean that's good. It's a nice
Exactly.
button up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, my name is Carrie. I'm with Tastings Wine Shop, and today I have with me Jackie and Jeff of Amphora, and we are featuring an awesome rosé lineup. And I'm super excited about all of these wines. They're absolutely delicious and perfect for this time of the year. So Jackie, you want to get us started?
All right. So I'm a huge rosé drinker year round. I don't just drink rosé in the spring and summertime. I think it's great with food. So I try to, hide a case or two away so I can still have some leftover for Thanksgiving and Christmas tables. And today was actually the warmest day of the year so far, and I think it's now supposed to just stay warm.
Yeah.
So perfect timing to grab a bottle. All of the 2019s are starting to land in the market, which is exciting. So these are all, fresh off the boat and new in town.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, perfect. What I like about rosé is there's different styles of rosé. So we've got sparkling, we got light color, dark color. So there's kind of a rosé for every occasion. There's different styles of making rosé. There's a Saignée style, which is basically you're making a red wine and you're bleeding off the juice to concentrate that red wine a little bit more, so you get a byproduct of that, of a nice light color. There's also a method called direct press, which is where you're actually growing those grapes just for rosé, and you're just pressing them like you would making any other wine and let them sit on the skins for just up to a few hours or so. And there's also a style where you actually just take a white wine and you add red grapes to it. And that's, you don't see that very often, but you do see that in some regions in the world. So that's what I love about rosé.
Cool. Let's dive
Yeah.
into the first one.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Perfect. Well, the first wine is a little producer called Domaine Migaud. They are in a region called the Lorraine Valley, which is in France. It's located basically right in between Alsace and Champagne. And this wine is made method champenois, so made just like champagne. Secondary fermentation in bottle. It's predominantly Gamay. I think they say it's 100% Gamay. There might be the problem is they have a little bit of Pinot Noir vines planted amongst the Gamay, so there is a little bit of Pinot Noir in there. But it's just kind of a nice pure expression of sparkling rosé. There's one appellation in the Lorraine Valley. It's called the Côte des Tours, and that's where these guys make wine. So it's a 13th generation winemaker, all certified organic. Just a bright.
Yeah, it's
great
so
expression.
good. It
Bubbles
has
are
like this
super
like
nice.
bready thing going on to it, to me.
Yeah, like there's some kind of nuttiness and stuff on the nose and palate. It's a really cool importer. They work with such small houses and growers, and they do everything right. So I just love these wines, and also made all method champenois. It's a killer price point, and not having to jump in that champagne price range, but absolutely delicious. I
Yes,
love that.
it's really good. I like, and for back on the price point, it's definitely a bottle of bubbles that I would never feel guilty just opening and enjoying throughout my week. Sometimes I have a hard time opening some of them, but this one I think would be perfect. Just kind of hanging out on your porch and having some bubbles.
Yeah. Cool. So our next rosé is a winery we work with called Scarpetta. It's actually a really cool story. So the owners of this winery are Bobby Stuckey, who's a master sommelier. He owns a really, really cool restaurant in Boulder, Colorado called Frasca. He partnered with this chef Lachlan. Both of them worked at the French Laundry, and they started their own wine line called Scarpetta. This is their kind of drinker killer price point. This wine's under $15. I think it's like 12 something.
Yeah.
It's from Tuscany, so their whole line of wines, they kind of play around northern Italy. So this is predominantly Sangiovese. There are a couple other grapes in there, Chileggio,
Yes.
which I can never say 5 times in a
Don't
row.
worry about them. Don't worry about those.
Chileggiolo. There, that was it. And Caniolo. So this wine is quaffable, it's fresh, it's beautiful acidity, and this is just your drinker.
This was my board game wine the other night.
So,
I took home a bottle, yeah, and we played some games, and it was perfect. It was easy to drink, and next thing I knew, the bottle was gone. So,
good thing about rosé is, you know, they're usually a little lighter body, not as high alcohol as some red, so have that third glass or fourth
yeah,
or more.
yeah.
There's a little, I don't know why this reminds me, like there's some really pretty tropical fruit on the nose of this. A lot of times with rosés I get more berry fruit and get raspberries and strawberries and cherries, but I'm getting some really cool kind of guava-y notes on here.
It's a little herby to me too.
There's a herbal quality to
Yeah.
it.
I dig it. It's
Delicious.
a good summer. Yeah, it's a good summer rosé, especially for that price. Grab a couple bottles.
Totally.
Good barbecue wine.
Yeah.
Good for, you know,
Mm-hmm.
versatile chicken, burgers, whatever you want to have with it.
Yeah,
So good.
Pizza.
just a pack-in.
Exactly. All right. Well, the next wine is
I love this wine.
Domaine du Salvard. This is their Cheverny Rosé. Cheverny wine region is in the Central Loire Valley, on the eastern side of the Central Loire Valley of France. And this wine is about 2/3 Pinot Noir and 1/3 Gamay.
Oh, it's so good.
So kind of a all stainless steel. They farm organically. Just a pure expression. Probably maybe one of my favorite rosés we sell.
Yeah, I loved it last year.
Yeah.
But again
And
this
this
year.
year's even better.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate saying that, but every single year this winery is so consistent. And
Yep.
first time I popped a bottle this year, I was like, yes, it's so exciting. And it's one of those rosés that unfortunately does run out. It's not a stocked year round because we just don't get enough. And every year we beg for more and more and more. And it's going to run out at some point, which is a bummer because it's delicious.
Yeah, it's so good. It has a little bit more of a citrus quality to it to me than a few of the other ones.
Yeah.
Really cool salinity on it too.
Yeah.
It's like kind of mineral saltiness.
I love this wine. I get excited about it every single year.
Well, it's nice that some years this wine, it really needs 2 or 3 months in the bottle before it really shows, but this vintage for some reason just popping right outside out the
I think
gates.
we
You know?
also got a little later with everything kind of being shut down a bit,
Oh,
so it
yeah.
kind of had a couple extra weeks to rest before
Yeah,
we got it in the market, and it's just shining. So
yeah. It's a beautiful rosé. I mean, I know we can't share it too much, but it's definitely a sharing rosé to me.
For sure.
Yeah, I would want to share this one.
yum. Oh my gosh, I love that.
I don't know what you said. Sorry, cut.